All right, Yanik Silver here. We're actually right outside one of the VIP events for the Underground Online Seminar. I've accosted Tony Hsieh from Zappos, and we've plied him with alcohol, so he's going to tell you guys all sorts of secrets. Are you
Some
drunk
of
yet?
them. Yes. No, actually, I'm not.
He's
I'm
not
waiting
drunk
to
yet.
do a shot with Yanik.
So we're going to go in and do a shot after we do this interview. So, Tony, you guys just got named one of Fortune's top companies to work for, top 100, I think. You guys were in Fast Company. You did $1 billion last year in sales. Can you take us back? Like, do you remember where you guys started? And just for the people that are watching that are maybe struggling or thinking about, God, $1 billion seems like a damn whole lot of zeros, and I would never get there. What's the advice to get started and get on that path to go in there?
I would say it's a few different things. So, first thing I would say is just having a vision of something that's beyond just making money. It's because when you come up with something that's meaningful and not just about profits, the kind of weird thing is that the money actually follows. And I actually just saw movie Notorious with about Notorious B.I.G. And in that movie, Puff Daddy was giving Notorious B.I.G. advice and saying, "Don't chase the paper, chase the dream." And if you actually do that, then employees can sense your passion, customers can sense the passion of your employees, and I think that just has a big snowball effect.
I mean, your passion's not shoes, right?
For me, it's not shoes. Zappos is all about customer service, and that's really what we want to build the Zappos brand into. And so it's funny because when the company first started, it was just about shoes. But then when we transitioned to being about customer service, employees were so much more engaged and excited and happy, and then customers could sense that employees actually cared about their situation and actually really wanted to help them with whatever their issue was.
And you guys you have 10 values that you guys
Yep.
you hire by, you promote by. I mean, a lot of people are like, oh, values, whatever, that's all bullshit. Mission statement.
That's what I actually used to think as well, because most big companies have, they might call them values or guiding principles or so on.
Right.
And for the most part, they're kind of meaningless plaques on the wall and maybe something you learn on day one of orientation, and it reads like a press release. So for us, we wanted to come up with values that we could actually commit to, and I think that's the hard part, but a very important part. We've had our core values for 3 or 4 years now, but my advice to entrepreneurs starting out is do it as early as possible. Talk to all your employees or whoever you're in business with, come up with the values, and then hire and fire people based on those values, even regardless of whether they're doing their job well or not.
And that really came about from your first company that you ended up selling to Microsoft, and you're like, this is not fun anymore.
Yeah, so the first company, we didn't pay any attention to culture. We didn't have any values, and so we hired people with the right skill sets and experience, but by the time it was 100 people, I myself didn't want to go to the office anymore.
Right.
And so we want to make sure that we didn't make that same mistake with Zappos. And so culture has always been really important to us, and I wish I learned that lesson much earlier. And then the third thing I think that's really important is really just meeting lots of interesting people from diverse backgrounds, and that's why I think this underground seminar that you're doing is so great. I went to my first one last year in LA, in Washington DC now, and I would definitely encourage anyone that hasn't been to come. I would say that the content is great. You'll learn stuff that you've never even thought about, and that's always great. But just the people that you meet at your conference are amazing.
There's always 2 or 3 of them.
And they're from. No, that's why I'm back here again, just because I met so many great people last year. So, highly recommend going to Yanik's Underground. We're at Underground 5, so come to Underground 6.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate it. That's awesome. Thank you.
All right, take care.